back in our survival let's play, and I'm trying to sneak up on these. Nope, stood. And gone. I never normally see them around here, so I was just about to start recording the video and I thought, I wonder where they'll run off to. Right, back to business. We are on episode 118, I think. Last episode we finished off by doing some fertilising, didn't we? Over there. And maybe, yeah, in that canola field there as well. Today we need to get those new fields right over near the olive groves. They need planting. I tell you what I think we might do first though. Because I can imagine that they'll be out. Should we use the truck? No, we'll use this. We'll go and take some milk up to the production site. I can imagine that there'll probably be many materials missing. Milk is normally one of them. The other thing that we need to do this episode as well, I've noticed, this greenhouse and the greenhouse that glows in the dark, they need liquid fertilizer and seeds. So we're going to have to go and get them as well because they're not producing at the minute. And I think they're the two that produce our tomatoes and lettuce on for our mixed salad, so that's going to have to be done. Right. 3,000 litres. We're absolutely desperate for those others. The other lot of cows to start producing milk. Absolutely desperate for it. Obviously can't drive straight over there now because our trees are in there. And we've got some down on the left hand side as well, haven't we? I think we've got a bit of a wait for crops to grow. I was looking just before we came on. There might be another couple of months until we get to use our twin screw, which is a shame. I mean, I think we were always going to buy it. I really like that particular one. It was an upgrade to what we've got. It wasn't that much more than what we got our case harvester for. And it's got like that nostalgic effect, hasn't it, from Jack Pine, so I'm going in here. So yeah, I think we were always going to get it. It's just a shame that there was nothing to harvest. Sorry, I was trying to read at the same time. So we know they need some. They have plenty. Milk. They need some. No, they don't. Oh, yeah, they do. They need topping up. Oh, you'll see from the last video as well, I've only just done it. There was a pallet of eggs, wasn't there, stuck in the ground here. They went into there. I used this tractor actually with the weight on the front just to knock it out of the way. Right, this'll, yep, need flour. It's so annoying. And everything else is running alright. I'll move this over to there. There's no doubt they'll need butter because we're quite low on butter. We must have been low on something overnight because that's absolutely clear. So they haven't been producing at all, have they? Right, we will put 2,000 litres in here. Ish. And we'll put 1,000 litres in there. Okay, so that's producing again. They're producing. We've got the was some chocolate that spawned after we stopped recording yesterday. I moved that out of the way. We might as well put this in here. Where are we at with chocolate? No, we're doing alright with that. So everything's running smoothly. It's milk and butter at the minute, isn't it? That's what we're really struggling with. Some more cakes. Did I say these are best price in December as well? If I did, we are going to make an absolute fortune in December. Cakes. Oh, September. September or January. Ah, so we'll sell them in September. Close, producing again. When are we good on close? April, so 10, well down. Just leave them be. And I'm just never ending amount of flour. We're going to have to do something with this, even though we're going to take I say we're going to take a hit on the price. It's kind of just like we produced it for nothing. Because we, like I said, we could have sold the oats. So we may as well sell some of this. What's not running there? Sugar beet, chocolate. Are they out of sugar? All this flaming sugar here that they were producing. That's what's going to be in that. Something else is missing for cakes. What's missing for cakes? We've got flour, we've got sugar, milk, eggs, butter. That's what's missing. There's no butter. Right, that's just gonna have to wait, isn't it? Right, nothing else producing there. Okay, so let's get back down to the farm. Because we need to we need to start planting. We've come up to the store, we've got the planter. Do you know, I didn't even think, I just hooked up to this automatically. I got up here and it's just as I pressed record, I was thinking, I haven't even thought that I'm going to use the planter, or I'm going to use the seeder. We've got the planter, so we might as well use it. Soybeans, we don't do that, we don't do that. Could do corn. We've got some sunflowers about to go. I might do the bigger field at the top. Yeah, I might do that one corn, and then I might put sunflowers in the one at the bottom, possibly. Right, let's do that. We have corn. We don't do corn very often, do we? In fact, I think we might have only ever done it once, because we never had a production to put it through, so we weren't making the money out of it. Right. So corn it is. This, like I said, this will probably just be to sell, because there's nothing else for us to do with it. We've still got nearly 30,000 litres of corn from, I don't even know when. It was quite a long time ago. It's just sat in the silo waiting. At least we can see where we're planting. It's an absolute nightmare sometimes, isn't it, when you can't tell and you having to go back to the map all the time. Could do with that bush being painted out. Just get a bit of a headland on, and then we'll start going up and down. Could do with going around them. What I found easier as well, when I've been doing everything in this field here, is to go around the rocks separately. Seems to be using a fair bit of seed for corn. One of the things that I'm looking at doing now is I want to start upgrading things like our planter, our drill. I want new of most things really. Cultivator. If I get a direct drill, then obviously the cultivator. I mean, we're still going to need for when we do the planting, unless we can get a planter that's. In fact, did we do that on No Man's? Not on No Man's Land. We are in No Man's Land. On Westbridge Hills, did we get a planter that direct drilled our cotton? Was that a thing, or am I just making that up? I think we might have. So, yeah, they're the things that I'm starting to look to upgrade now. We've got 67 grand. Off the top of my head, I don't think we've got any money coming in immediately. There's nothing where the price is sort of high at the minute. I mean, given a couple of months, I'm sure there'll be something where we start getting money in. I mean, given the amount of money that we've just made on Westbridge on, well, we've only done one, but our cotton fields, we've done one cotton field. Granted, the field's absolutely huge. We got, what did we get? 10 cotton bales off it, didn't we? And we made, how much did we make? Was it 530 grand we made? So it's like, it's amazing money. But obviously you need the field size for that as well. Cotton, I think, at some point we will look at doing cotton on here. However, it's going to be when we have more land, and we will literally, I think, dedicate whole areas, like huge areas, to just doing the cotton. If we, I mean, if we ever get to that bit where we can afford one of the harvesters. But there's a lot of money in it. I mean, on Westbridge, obviously, it's the used machinery challenge, so we can only lease or buy it from the used machinery section, and we leased it, and we're still making tons of money from it. I mean, we've spent a lot on the leasing, but it's nowhere near compared to the amount of money that we've made from it. I thought I was just going to clip that there. Yeah, the seed, it isn't half going down quickly, isn't it? I might just put corn in that bottom one as well then. Because we've got 1, 2, 3, they're not very big, like, it's really one, and then that tiny one because we planted the wrong crop of sunflowers. So yeah, I might put sunflowers in that bottom one just to keep it ticking over. Right, let's get a time lapse on. We'll get this finished. We'll probably move straight into the field just behind us and get that done as well. So not be long. And we're back on, and at the very last minute I remembered to unmute the mic, because that wouldn't have been typical whatsoever, would it? We are nearly finished rolling this field. We've obviously still got that one to do down there. I might do that off camera towards the end. We'll see, because we've still got a few other little jobs to get done, haven't we? And I don't want to take the best part of the day up just by doing the same jobs, although we needed to get these in. There was no doubt about that. I wonder if, just quickly, yeah, so it is going to need fertilising again. I was just wondering if we had enough or not in it, but no, it needs doing. I don't know why as well. I do know why, because I've just been using the one on Westbridge Hills, but when I drove down here with this roller, it probably won't come across on the time lapse, but I was waiting for it to open up, and this is how big it opened up. I was expecting it to be like double the size of this, but that's because I've just been using that ridiculous 24 metre one. I say ridiculous, it's not ridiculous. It would be ridiculous on something like this, but on Westbridge it's not. Yeah, 24 metre roller. That was just an absolute dream on our large field in Westbridge. But then I have to think, it was only a few in-game months ago that we had a roller that was half the size of this, didn't we? So I can't complain about that. I love the fact that you have to roll now, you know. It was a really good introduction to 22. I know it was in... Right, it was being interrupted from the last bit, which is why we've jumped over into here. And I've just, because of that, I've just quickly done this field as well. And then we'll get cracking from then on. Like I said, like I spoke about, I don't know if it was it this video or was it in the video before when I spoke about the summer holidays? I think it was yesterday's video, wasn't it? Yeah, curse of summer holidays, I suppose. So that's this done. I think, what are we going to do? Are we going to start with the spraying? Because we need to do that, don't we? Let's park this up here. I don't even know if we've got fertiliser in the sprayer or not. Because we did have herbicide in it at one point, didn't we? Will I be able to get around there? Do you know where I might be able to get though? In there. No, that angle's going to be awful, isn't it? Right. Not forward. Let's get that dropped first. And that. And let's see if we can get hooked up to this. Yeah, it's got herbicide in. Let's drop that there. Well, I'll do. I'll go and get this filled, and then we'll start getting cracking. We've started the spraying. It cost us 3,200 for 1,000 litres of fertiliser, and we've done the first few rows. It's a bit awkward to see where we haven't done, but I can kind of see. I'm recording during the day, so the sunlight's a bit right in that bottom corner where the mini map is. That's where the sun's hitting. But I'm kind of going off tyre tracks more than anything. Even though I think I might have just fertilised the same row again. But, oh well. In fact, I can see another marker now. It's only just come into play down the bottom. It's where the fields don't meet, which I think I'm going to grass round in the end. I'll show you when I get down. When I get back down the bottom. I mean, this isn't using much fertiliser at all, to be fair. It was 50% full when we started. It's only used, well, less than 3%, hasn't it? So it's not going too bad. Although, obviously, it does take a considerable amount of time going up and down each one. But as we've seen on our when we were doing the olives over in that side, you have to go down up and down each one, don't you? Like, we tried to do every other one and it just wasn't covering properly, so yeah, this is where we'll have to do it. I seen, which is a real shame, but just after I bought this, obviously there was the one that, the spot spraying one, that was exactly the same price, the modded version, which I would have had. But there's also a manure spreader for olives and grapes as well. I'm not sure if I've got it downloaded or not. I'm sure I will have. I'm pretty much certain I'll have, if I'd seen it, I'll have downloaded it. But we'd already bought this at the time. I have no idea how much it is. I have no idea how much manure it holds. But I was certainly interested in it, just because obviously the abundance of manure that we have. To the point where I think I might start putting some through the BGA. Start making some money out of that. Oh. I love this Landini here. Like, I know it's got no other purpose than for doing this. It is so, it's like a scalpel, isn't it, rather than a hammer. But just for what it needs to do, it's brilliant. I'm trying to think, other things that we need to do today. We need to sort them 2 greenhouses out, which I mentioned. We could do with fertilising the 2 fields we've just planted, to be honest. That needs doing, although I could leave that until the next in-game month. See how long this video is going to be first, I think. Yeah, only 4, we're still less than 4% in. This is great, this. I wonder if I possibly emptied the fertiliser from here last time to use it in one of the greenhouses. Maybe I don't know. I find it strange that it was completely empty. Well, no fertiliser. I know there was herbicide in it. It's good in that. I think it looks really good. The way they've made it look, how it's just sort of almost like vapour coming out. I think a lot of the stuff like that the Giants have nailed for this one. What other ones are similar? The Tedders, I think, look great. The manure spreaders look really good, which is really frustrating when you look at the contrast to that. You look at the potatoes and the sugar beet, and they still just look like sort of 2D, like a 2D drawn put over the top of whatever it's going into, don't they? They don't look very good at all. Whereas you look at these and the other stuff that I've mentioned, and it looks absolutely fantastic. So I wonder if there's an issue with potatoes and sugar beet and why they can't make them look more 3D and just more realistic. Right, I will get... In fact, let's have another quick time lapse. We might as well. I don't want to jump. I know we've had one time lapse, but I don't want to jump too much. In fact, it was only a few weeks ago that someone was asking for more time lapses. So we'll have another time lapse. We'll do this, and then we'll move over to the other side as well. The time lapse won't be overly long. I'd be surprised if it's more than sort of 30 seconds. In fact, it probably won't even be that, to be fair. So let's get cracking with that. Right, I haven't said to you before about not switching me, switching my mic on just as I was about to start recording. I've just started recording and had the mic off, so we'll try again. I've brought this back because I noticed when I was going up and down the rows that it wasn't taking, it was taking a little bit, but not much fertilizer. And then if you bear in mind what I said about where the sun is in the bottom left hand corner of the screen, where the field info comes up, I couldn't see that it wasn't fertilising. I've since looked, and it doesn't need any, and I don't know why it doesn't need any. Whether they'll just be fertilised all the time now, I'm not sure, but it certainly didn't require any more. So yeah, sacked it off. No point in going up and down there. So that saved us a job, which I'm rather pleased about. As for now though, we need to get back up here to our farm. We need to go and get some seed, and we need to go and get some liquid fertiliser, don't we? To get them, to get the greenhouses going. We'll have to have a look as well, see what's in the used machinery section, see if there's anything decent. But I don't think we've got, other than filling these up, we haven't got that much left to do. I might go and get some. In fact, we'll take the truck over to where the sugar beet's still lying on the ground. We might as well get some of that up. If I just leave that there for now, we'll go and get that job done now. Because we've been slacking a little bit from the BGA. We were making an absolute, I'll go this way, we were making an absolute fortune out of it. But because I think I missed a couple of months of not collecting the grass off our field, didn't I? And that sort of put us back a little bit. Just because we were busy doing other stuff, really. Not because I didn't want to. That's still producing away. It's still got quite a bit of canola and sunflowers in as well. We've got loads of that. Loads of oil. Sunflower and canola. The other thing about neglecting the BGA is I haven't been able to get this field turned around again. Which obviously has knock-on effects. It is sugar beet that's going to go back in here. But like I said, we need to get everything up first before we can even think about planting another crop. I love the fact that we've got a wheel loader now. I know at the minute we're using it just for one very specific task, but it gives us so many more options. And it won't always just be parked over here as well, which, like I said, I know it has been just because we've been using it for this, but it will be back over at the farm. Looks like we're going to get everything in this one truck full. In fact, are we going to get everything in this one bucket? Yep, it always does that at 85, and then we have to do this and that, so we're not going to get everything in. Let's have a look, see what's in used machinery while we're here. Don't need. Would like, but don't need. And I think it's going to be the same with that. Would like, but I just don't have a requirement for 82 horsepower. I've already got, for small tractors, well obviously you can disregard that, but we've already got this at 100. And that at, well it says 135, but with the amount of hours and damage on it, I would suspect not. Well, we know it hasn't done me because when we were trying to pull, at the beginning of the Let's Play, I remember when we were trying to pull that cedar that you start the game with, that was 125 horsepower requirement, wasn't it? And it could barely pull it. Sometimes at 1 mile an hour. Yeah, it's still a lot. So, yeah, we know it hasn't got 135 horsepower. Stop. Let's get that straight. There we go. We'll get this back. What have we got? 8,500 litres. Was it this episode where we put the silage in, or was it not the silage, the grass? We haven't done the grass work today, have we? That was in yesterday's video, I'm sure it was. Just thinking some of that silage might be ready to whack through the BJ as well. Right, we'll get spun around here. Tell you what else we need to do again, and we're having to do it all the time. That chicken coop over there, not the closest one, the one behind the cows, that runs out of food every single day. Like, in less than a day. I don't understand why it needs topping up so quick, so much. And one of our cows, we've run out of food. I think it's this one here. In fact, that's what we'll do now. I forgot about that. It's them there. They run out really quickly as well. It's like the amount you can store is sort of off compared to the amount of, oh my word, just won't stop. Compared to the amount of cows you can have. Oh, and or chickens as well, sorry. Right, just reverse out of here. So I mean, when they're not eating, they're not producing milk, and that's the issue. So here we want 6, that'll do. We want to take this up to about 9, that'll do. And then fill the rest with silage. I absolutely love this mod, by the way. I'll have to find out who makes it, but I absolutely love it, it's brilliant. For a series like this, it's exactly the type of thing that we need. There we go. I think we'll get this filled, and then I think we'll end it. The fertiliser and the seeds, I can go up off camera and get. We know the fertiliser is going to cost 3,200. We know the seeds is going to cost 800. So there's 4 grand we're going to be spending to get our why is that not? I'm trying to come the other way to get our greenhouses going again. So I have no idea how long we've been recording. Hopefully it's not too long. There we go. Stop, stop, stop. This tractor just will not stop. Right, I don't think it takes it all. I think it leaves a bit, doesn't it? Do I have to be in it? No. So what? How much milk we got? 2,200. Nearly 2,300. Yeah. So just under 500 litres. It's going to leave. So we'll unhook from that. We've got a bit of shunting to do around the yard. And like I said, we've got to go and get our greenhouses sorted out, but we'll do that off camera. I feel like I've got, even though it's only 1 o'clock, I feel like I've got quite a bit done. And there's very little to do before moving into August. Which I'm hoping we'll have something to do, but I don't think we will. I don't think we're quite there yet. But anyway, we're going to leave it there for now. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.